Okay, we're going to have an episode on explaining how race cars continually evolve. When we bought this car, the previous owner had only just modified just before we took delivery of it, changing it so instead of the air going into the front through the radiator into the engine compartment, he changed it so the air now expels out through the bonnet, through this hole. When he did that, he actually closed off a vent that we had across the front of the bonnet, which allowed cold air to get into the injection system. So we'll now have a look at what we had to make to actually create this new system. Okay, so to make all these new brake ducts, I started with basically some standard downpipe plumbing fittings and made up moulds that I then wrapped in fiberglass to eventually make up this, which is a product that then bolts on there, and we'll show in a minute. We'll show you the finished product on the other side. The top one takes air up to the intake manifold, and the lower one does the brake ducts. Now this is another section that's been made up that fits in to allow for wheel clearance and goes from the intake and then the discharge to the brake duct. Okay, so this is the brake duct now mounted on the car with the orange duct that runs up behind the headlight and up and discharges cold air to the filters for the intake manifold, and the lower one now directs the air through behind the tyre and around and discharges onto the back of the brake disc to keep the brakes cool. And so now with this whole new system, we've got our brake duct cooling, and on both sides we'll have cool air being delivered up to the intake manifold, which should give us more reliable horsepower.